Hi, guys. Just getting started here. Okay. If you would go ahead and let me know if you are able to see my screen. And um, yeah, I think that's all I have right now. Thank you guys for joining me and taking this time out of your afternoon. I know we might be ready to go home on this Thursday, Thursday afternoon. That shows how today's going for me. But thank you for being here. I'm very excited to share. You guys know I've already been singing the praises of using Canva in my classroom and with my cheerleaders, and so I'm really excited to show you some tricks and tips for it. So just let me know. I have my phone set up here and I can see our chat, so let me know if you can get in. Great, Dana, Caitlin, awesome, Summer, and Renee. Great. All right. Um, Okay, I'm a little nervous. I don't know why it's different talking to you here than not in person, but it is. So um, I want to first just begin with saying why I chose to use Canva for our professional development today. So Canva for education. Um, oh, we already checked into the Google Classroom. Thank you. Um, it is actually currently free. So for kindergarten through 12th grade teachers, and I know you guys teach anywhere from third grade to seventh and eighth, um, it's free. And so with that, you get your benefits of the premium features, which has fonts, images, videos, graphics, and a bunch of templates, which is what I usually feel comfortable using. And there's also a classroom space very similar to Google Classroom. Um, so you do have to sign up using your school email, and they will ask you to verify your teacher credentials, but it is completely free. Um, And why I wanted us to learn and talk about it is because it works alongside Google Classroom with importing your students and importing work from Canva straight to Google Classroom, which I know some of you have your Google training, and then also with into your Google Drive. So you can save the documents and templates that you want straight to your Google Drive. And so that's very nice. One reason I've just loved using this app is because, I started teaching in 2020 during the pandemic, and we all were having to teach in the classroom and online. We didn't have resources for that. We were either buying stuff off of teacher pay teachers, which requires money our personal money, or we were just finding stuff that really, we didn't love. So we would always screenshot and clip and snip it and choose the parts that we wanted. Um, or we would just retype our own documents on Microsoft Word or create our own test on Google Forms. And it took us so much time. And honestly, I can speak for myself. I don't know about you guys, but mine just weren't great. I remember they were boring. I didn't love it. And it just took so long and so much energy from me that if I had to do that again, I did not think I would be able to. Um, and so, boom, this year I found Canva, and it is just, wow, I wish I had it and the knowledge from it 2 years ago to use. And so, I'm excited to start integrating it into my classroom now, and hopefully, you will be also excited about it. Their slogan is it says inspiring teachers and engaging students. And they just have a variety of resources to do that. One of the big points of Canva is that you can create original content from a library of copyright free resources. And that's what I was saying. We spent so much money on teacher paid teachers or time creating our own things. But here there is thousands, if not millions, of resources that are free. Um, you have templates for lesson plans, posters, reports, videos, and many more. I've used making templates for infographics in some of my classes at West Alabama. And then I've also used a lot of the posters and images for the cheerleaders since I'm the cheer coach this year for the first time. I've used a lot of that just to make announcements for pep rallies and games. And in my classroom, I have started using my own classroom newsletter, which we will talk about a little bit more in the future. And when you're creating this original content, it is very engaging for your students. So it's specific to their interests, their needs, um, and then they're engaged in it. And it's something they actually want to learn about. So, sorry, I'm going to check the chat. I forget a little bit. Yes, Dana, it was very hard to come up with that information during COVID. It's definitely unprecedented times. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I am. Yeah, I do love to make things cute. Y'all know that about me. Yes, summer. It is for a high school and elementary, I promise. Okay. And this is the high school part I think you'll like, Summer. So another thing about Canva is that you can help your students build critical thinking skills. So not only can you make those posters and images and videos, the students can. So they can work on like a bunch of project-based learning, group projects, create their own posters, infographics, videos, and more. I haven't used it a lot in my classroom just because I don't think my students' ability, they're not able to yet. But this is why I was excited to share with you for the high school section. You can integrate your Google Classroom class into Canva, and they can create these projects and images and just honestly have fun with it. And there's so many options that you could almost always find things to fit their needs. When they're getting to use their own creativity, here it's not limited to a number of templates. It's not like Google Forms or Google Docs where you only have like 10 or 12 templates. There's unlimited amount. Oh, sorry. Oh, it does require them to think outside the box almost because you have so many options. You have to think which one's going to work best for me in this scenario, right? I want it to be engaging, but I don't want it to be too much going on, taking away from my points that I'm trying to make, and then also not a lot, or just be a little plain. So you have to think, well, how much do I want to use, and things like that. So I want us to just jump straight in and get started using Canva. And so if you click on the link in Google Classroom with me, it's going to take us to the website. And you'll click here where it says Teachers Get Verified, and that's how you're going to get verified for your professional educator account. For me personally, I already have one. So when I click Get Verified, it is simply going to log me in to the account I already have. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to try to log in with make sure it's our school email, and then go through the steps to get verified as a teacher credentials. Yes, so take that second. Let me know. I'm going to be checking the chat. Let me know if you need any help with that. Okay. All right. Oh, Caitlin, you already had an account. Great. Well, that's awesome. That is awesome. Great. So you're logged in. Dana, you're sitting with Caitlin's. You have it. Summer and Renee. Okay, and yes, Summer. It is free also for the high school students. So if you did want them working on group projects, it is free for them also. They would have to use their 19 number, their student account, to do that. Great. So now that we're in, I am just going to kind of show you around here. You'll see it has my class listed, only one participant. That is me. I haven't been brave enough yet to just reach out. I will show you some of my recent designs. It has here, and I've used it for a variety of things. So I clicked on this one. This was our pep rally theme announcement for some of our games. This was simply a template that I just changed our colors to school color, clicked on it. Like I said, you'll have to play around a lot just, to get used. But up here, I can change it to any color that I wanted. So I'm just showing these to show you a lot of the variety. So I'm going to go back to home here. That was for pep rally. some infographics that I used in one of my classes, a video I had to make. This was our homecoming poster. That was me. Created that for our dress up days. Um, our cheer clinic shirt created using Canva. And another pep rally announcement, some birthday announcements for cheer. It's just been really fun to get to use. So that just shows you some different things that you can use it for. Now, what I'm going to walk us through is creating, for just an example, a announcement. I know we all have fall break coming up, and usually you just send out a text, or you try to find something on Teacher Pay Teachers to adjust, that you might have to buy and to send out to families. Because you know, as elementary teachers want to make it a little cute, and as a high school teacher, somewhere I know a lot of times you want to make it engaging to where you want your kids to participate. You want them to be interested in that awkward middle school age. So I'm going to click up here on the right where it says create a design. And that is just going to give you a list of a bunch of the options. Like maybe you're using your whiteboard. We're going to be doing a classroom announcement. You could make a video, Facebook post, an education presentation, worksheet, Google Classroom header. I remember we all tried to find those during the pandemic. We were using Google Classroom. Comic strips, I think, would be a lot of fun to make a storyboard in our reading classes. So there are hundreds of options. I'm going to just start with classroom announcement and walk you through that. So here it created, it gives you a blank slate to start if you would like to create your own classroom announcement. My favorite part about Canva and the education account is that it's free and they have templates. That is what makes it easier on my life. So on the left here, I'm going to just click where it says search classroom announcement, and it has all these templates. I'm just going to scroll through here and find one that works for me. Let's go with, ooh, let's see, I'm working on fall break. So I'm trying to see if I see anything that might be fall inspired. And if not, I'm going to show you how we can change it to fit what our interests are. Okay, I think I saw one at the top that I would like to use. Here we go. Now, you guys know me. I could look for hours and not find one. That is what I get stuck on. So, announcement holiday is coming. We're just going to double click here and start up that text. And I'm going to change holiday is coming to break. And I'm just going to announce. Once again, double click, fall break. Okay. That is October 10th through 11th. We still want our kids to have fun, and so I'll leave that. Now, for me, what I may want to change is this looks very sunny, and I'm announcing a fall break, right? So to change these elements here, you can simply click on them, and that little trash can will take it away. I may want to add something fall themed for my class. So I'm going to come over here to elements, and here are a bunch of free and available. Copyright issues are fine because we have our education account. And I want to type in some fall elements. And this is my favorite part, just playing around and editing it to anything you may need. I love this pumpkin. We're going to add him, just drag and drop. And we can crop him to fit any size we need. Oh, get a little sideways there. So I like that little pumpkin. And even though he is moving around, when I go to print this, it will print still, right? Because that would just be maybe if I wanted to show this through the Remind app. He would be moving a little graphic. Drag and drop these leaves for me. I think those would be fun to add. Just make it look a little ready for fall. Cute. Now the background color, if I want to change that, I'm just going to click on it as a whole and come over here to some different options. I think I want it just a little darker, maybe. Yes. And boom. I am pleased with that. I am happy. I think it's adorable. And it was simple for me. Um, a lot of the program is just like Google Slides, Microsoft, PowerPoint, Word, Google Docs. And you're just dragging, dropping, copy, paste, double click, highlight the text to change it. And I enjoy that it's simple. When I want to share it with parents, I'm just going to go to share over here. Before I do that, I'm going to title it up here, Fall Break, and I can just share it to straight to my Google Drive or download it to my computer, which is what I will do now. There's a bunch of options to download it. Since there was a moving pumpkin, it is suggesting to share it as a video. However, I am going to do best for printing, so I can print these out and I'll also email them out to my parents. And it's easy as that. Let's see, it's going to pop up down here and it will share as a PDF for me. Love how simple. You guys know I've been singing the praises of Canvas for a while. Okay, I'm going to jump over here so I can point to this top left corner. If you follow my mouse, home is where we always want to go. We want to go home. I'm going to drag myself back to the corner. So this is just where I like to start off. And when I'm not too sure what I want to create, I'm going to go to search your content or Canvas's content. What I want you all now to do is to click that top left where I was just at and go to home if you're not already. And now I want to give you a chance to use Canva and just play around with it. So, something I know we all use in our classroom, and a lot of us have purchased multiple of to change for each holiday or just event, is a classroom newsletter. So, I'm going to search here, classroom newsletter, and I would like each of you to do the same. And let's choose a template that would work best for us. Now, you automatically are maybe overwhelmed with all the options we have listed here. So on the left hand corner where my mouse is, you can filter it if you want something more simple, modern, minimalist, creative, colorful. If you want a school theme, a student theme, teacher, there are a bunch of options along with color. So I would say a lot of times I do want something a little simple for my little youngins. And well, they're not little, but I also may want my theme to be holiday. Oh, love holidays. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I look at my options that I have. I'm not entirely pleased with them. But what I love about Canvas is that I can still choose one and just add any elements that I want. So that is actually what I'm going to do here. I think I will choose this left here. I like our circle pictures. And I'm just going to completely change around some of the elements to fit a holiday theme. So I'm going to rename it up here. Let's this be my Halloween newsletter. And then I'm just going to get busy going to elements and searching Halloween. Plenty. So instead of these circle pictures, I can just click on and trash right there. I'm going to delete the image and the frame. And I'm just going to add a fun pumpkin. He'll fit there nicely. I could switch the colors of each of the theme background by just clicking on and going over to these options here. I'm going to get rid of this other round picture and maybe add this little friendly ghost. Changing his color to the left here. Back. Oh, well, white doesn't look great. So what I may do then is double it up. I'm going to duplicate him and then make him white. So now he has a little more 3D to him, I can see. Okay, so I could sit here and play for hours, you guys know, and just personalize it and make this newsletter cute for me. But I don't want to do that. So I am going to pause here, and I want you guys to pause after naming your template. And I just want to go back to the home and show you one more quick thing before I let you go to personalize your newsletters. So when you go back to the home page, which is, I said, where I live, under education, here on the top left, there is a home of resources. Free teacher resources. Click on that. Now, you guys know this is my first time ever having to lead a little professional development on a new resource. But with Canva and the millions of users, they already have a bunch of tutorials for things. So I wanted to point out some of the videos and resources that I've found to be very helpful. Summer for you, for the older students, I really loved the design infographic activities that you can use for students. Designing poster. Here's a picture. When you watch this video, it will go through how to help your students design posters. I think that would be such a fun and engaging activity. And then also designing videos, comic books. There are so many resources that you can watch and help your students do that for project-based learning. Now, there are also, for educators ourselves, just videos to help you design graphic organizers or to search and edit templates to go over that. There are an endless amount here of just so many activities for students and then also for you that I really suggest you going through this. And it keeps up with how many you completed, which is kind of fun to see. Now, I'm not logged in right now, so it won't show you all mine, but I've sat here and watched them all. And I still go back constantly and watch because there are so many tools to use that you may be overwhelmed, like I was at the beginning, and you're just not really sure what to do with each one. Easily come back here, watch a video, and you will love it. Now, there's also down here on the bottom, you'll find the blog that they have offered, that they update quite often with a bunch of design ideas and even how you could use Canva outside of a classroom for different nonprofits, branding, marketing, just a bunch of endless results. So I'm going to take us back to our slideshow and move on with there. So I hope you guys learn a little bit more about Canva and just what they have to offer. I am so excited to use it. If you will, if you have a question, I'm going to take this few minutes and see if you have any questions about anything. I'll be checking the chat because I know we went through it quickly. I don't want to take up way too much of your time. I know we are trying to wrap up the day. So thank you, Dana. You know I'm nervous. Okay, Caitlin, great question. Yes, when I save that announcement as a PDF and it automatically downloaded, I can print that to be any size scale that I need. Now, also, one problem I have found in Canva is that a lot of it is very colorful and big. And at school, we don't print a lot in color just to save ink and money. but I can say that usually it transfers well, and I may edit that to a lighter color, or when I'm using my filters on the left side, I may filter it to just a black and white template to help with that. Yes. Summer, I do think it would be very overwhelming um, to get started in a classroom setting. I might would suggest doing it first, like with group projects, maybe group create a poster or a video, and then maybe move on to individual. Like I have not done it yet in my classroom, but I can say it would be really fun. I really also think with a bunch of modeling that I could integrate it into my classroom and have um, a fun, engaging time with my students. And one big part about Canva and talking about your students working on it is that I can find things that interest them, right? So many times we're looking for resources in Teacher Pay Teachers or on the internet or anywhere, and we're constantly trying to find either stories that fit our students' interest or maybe possibly um, a Google Slides that would go with that weekly lesson. And here I just have not ran into a problem without finding elements or resources that do meet my students' needs. And then I also found that, like with the videos, right, with those visual learners and the auditory learners, it has been helpful to show those. And since it is an education account, I am very confident in the appropriateness of school and willingness to share it on my in my account and on my Promethean board to my class. I'm comfortable doing that. I have not had to worry about ads because it is a free Canva account. So you don't have to worry about watching this video or this ad that may pop up when you're working on something. So that is very nice to do. And I know I didn't really touch on the graphic organizer part until that last video I saw. But that is really nice too because you can just create a worksheet. I love to use Canva for engaging in, you know, projects and things that I know students find fun. But even when you go past the fun, if you're wanting to just create a basic assessment um, or, maybe preparing for a substitute, they do have where you could just create your own graphic organizer. And so that's easy, simple and easy and efficient, right? We've used those for years. So, any other questions? All right. Well, I would love, love, love if you guys would please go back to your newsletter that you selected, your template, and I want you to personalize that for next week's class. So, if you submit it after you personalize it into your Google Classroom you've joined for the professional development, it's titled September 22nd, 2022, Canva PD, and have fun with it. Make it for next week. We have the end of September coming up, Halloween, spooky season right around the corner, fall break coming up. Add those little details in there and even personalize it. I want to encourage you to personalize it for your students, right? What are their interests? You guys know I have a bunch of football boy fans in here and then a bunch of girls that are just obsessed with TikTok at the same time. And so use those elements to draw their attention and just, connect with those students. After you do that, if you would please submit it, and I would love to look at your newsletter. I will also be here a little longer. And anytime, if you would just want to send in this chat, I will feel free to help you with any elements that are questions you may have. I am not a professional by no mean at it yet. I've just been using it this year or some, but I have found it to be very useful, and I am excited to continue to learn and grow and start implementing it more into my classroom. So, thank you guys for joining me. Have a great day.